Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everyone? Why does my microphone always go redlining when I start? Let me back it down a little bit. Okay, we should be good now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I am happy to see all of the bros in the chat tonight. Good to see all of you here. Let me bump that audio up now. For some reason, man, when you're on an XLR mic, it gets real sensitive. It's kind of like a woman, but that's okay. That's okay. The bros are in the chat. The bros are in the chat, and we are happy to see all of you here tonight for CobraCast. A lot of people are like, Jeremy, are you clickbaiting us? How dare you accuse? I am a respectable YouTuber. I take this very seriously, okay? I take my job very seriously, so please do not accuse me of grifting or clickbaiting or anything like that. I take being a YouTuber very, very seriously. We don't meme. We don't laugh at anything. We're very professional here. We don't try to say anything disrespectful or offensive, okay? That's what we do here, all right? So please do not accuse me of being a grifter. Grifter? If I was a grifter, I would point out that Brock just dropped 20 gifted memberships. I would point that out. But I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to point out that people send me super chats. I'm not here to point out that, I mean, we were kind of number one in the entire country on 2 different channels right there. Yes, Look at that. Number one D-Day Cobra. Number one on Geeks and Gamers in the entire United States of America. That's a testament to the 199. Number one. And on those days, we were number 2 in the world. We were number 2 in the entire world. Can you believe that? What type of world do we live in where a retard like me can host a show that has the number 1 show in the entire country? If that doesn't tell you you can make it, I don't know what does. But now, again, almost started the intro again. But please understand, I'm not here to grift. I'm here to be a respectable YouTuber, okay? A respectable YouTuber. That's me. Okay? So, thank you, Brock. Where you been, Brock? Where you been, brother? Good to see you here, Brock. Also on Rumble, thanks to Jay Hailstorm, we can actually keep up with our super chats over there now a lot better. So, chat, if you want to go ahead and give Jay Hailstorm a compliment, you can do that. But, please don't do it too much. Maybe once or twice, that's okay. But anyway, hello everyone. And look, man, I'm getting to that phase where I usually shave. It's at that awkward phase where it's really ugly. I don't know. Have I got to power through like Beardo does with the super chats, or because I'm at that weird phase. I don't know. We'll see. I did trim all this up though, but I didn't, and I did a little bit there, but I'm at that weird phase. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. Chat, do I keep it? Do I let it keep growing, or do I get rid of it? What do you guys think? Keep it or not? Let's see. Start the poll. Let's see. Power through or get rid of it. Let's go. Power through or get rid of it. Let's see what the people say. This is like the phase where I always get rid of it. So we'll see. Lock it in. Brock says working in the elevator business has its ups and downs for $20. Working in the elevator business has its ups and downs. I would have never thought that, Brock. Who would think that the elevator business has its ups and downs? That's weird, man. I don't know. That's like being if you're a male and you worked in the adult film industry, you would think it gets hard a lot, and I was like, it can't be that hard. But, hey, listen, I've never worked in that industry, so I'll just take people's word for it. So I hear you, Brock. I hear you, brother. Ghost Crusader says, what's up, Cobros? Ghost Crusaders dropped 5. Get their memberships. Let's go. Man, the party is here in the snake pit, and I'm getting accused of clickbaiting. I would never clickbait you guys. I would never, ever, ever, ever clickbait you guys. But in all seriousness, there is a story out there about Kamala Harris that's very concerning, but I don't think it's as concerning as it probably seems on the surface. And we are going to talk about that. We've actually got a video from Alex Jones talking about it as well that I have not watched. Shockingly enough, and there's no way I can not talk about it on this show, but Joel Osteen's church actually had a shooting incident there. We're going to be very careful with talking about the specifics of that, but let's just say it's a narrative that the mainstream media doesn't want to talk about. And the police are spending more time focusing on the pronoun of the shooter, the pronouns of the shooter, seriously, it's really weird. It's really weird. So we will get into all of that as well. Let's see. Just that bro says, just lose the mustache, keep the beard. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Savvy Sam says, D-Day Cobra, it's always good to shave it and start over. His volume never goes up. Yeah, somebody said my volume keeps going up and down, but I think the volume should be good to go. It should be. Let me know if you're having issues. It's usually when I move away from the camera. When I move away from the camera, I think that's what you're hearing right there. Olivia says, hey, Jeremy, been here since the first night of the Tim Eliza stuff, and I love the snake pit. Never left a super chat before, but had to say hi. 199. Well, thank you, Olivia. I appreciate you being here. And you never have to send me $1. And that's always been like, obviously we do very well on super chats. And I appreciate your support, but no one has to send me a dime in order to enjoy the show. Shockingly enough, and you guys know I've never been one to go out and look for sponsors, but I got to say a big shout out to Rumble. Rumble has actually been working with us and has really put a lot of conversations at my front door about sponsorship opportunities. That is a thing. And Rumble's been great with that. I actually got their permission to kind of put that out there because I wanted to compliment them on this, because it's never a world that I've actually wanted to, I've never felt the need to be proactive about that. But yeah, man, Rumble's actually been doing pretty good with that. So that might be something I'm considering in the very near future. I do appreciate that they've opened those doors up for me. So we will see. Rumble's doing good stuff. I know the UI over there isn't great, but they're doing good stuff. They're doing good stuff. All right. So the poll says power through. 66% says power through. Well, we listen to the people around here. Somebody says never sell out. Trust me. Some of the sponsorship opportunities, I've actually had to talk with them. Like, hey, this company right here, I need to know more about this before I'm willing to promote that to my community type of thing, my chat. And to be fair, those conversations have been accepted. They're like, we'll answer any questions you want. So I've let people know, like, we are very opinionated and we're never going to back down from those opinions. So yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to keep doing what we do, and we're going to keep moving along. I mean, look, man, I'm about to tell you how much I love President Trump and how much I hate the Biden administration and how much all these crazy leftist freaks out there are destroying the country. Ain't nothing changing. All right, never going to happen. You know what you got when you're walking into a G&G/a D-Day Cobra stream. That's just how it is. And we ain't backing down. Never have, never will. And that's why we've gotten this far. So we are going to talk about this Kamala Harris story, because again, it is pretty wild. Okay. You guys have to understand, this is and I do feel that I understand what's going on with this story, by the way. It's not just isolated. There's something going on here. And I hate to regurgitate this thing that I've talked about many, many times. Joe Biden, I do not believe, will be the nominee in 2024. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's possible for him to be the nominee. I don't think that he will be mentally or physically able to even be out. They can't even weekend at Bernie's this guy. I mean, he's out there. He's gone. It's bad. It's really ugly what we're seeing right now, and they can't even hide it anymore. So we've got this story from the Wall Street Journal. Everybody's asked me, is this clickbait? Is this clickbait? Is this clickbait? Right here. Kamala Harris says she's ready to serve as Biden faces age scrutiny. That is from the Wall Street Journal. And look at the picture showing her like looking out at the country that she has ruined. We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. Now, let me be clear. At no point in time do I think that cackling Kamala will ever be the president of the United States. Lord help me if she is. But this is starting to build the pieces of the puzzle of what they're wanting to work up towards. That is what's happening right now. They are trying to build the pieces of the puzzle, and they're trying their best to make you realize that Joe Biden is not fit for this job. This is all part of a story. They're trying to tell you a story. That's why all the reports came out about his age and why he couldn't go to trial, or he couldn't be, held accountable for anything because of his age. All of this is meant to tell you, hey, this guy's old. This guy's old, and he needs to move on. That is what is happening. Malice O'Connor says, Patrick Bet David called all of this. You also backed the playbook call. Those who follow knew this was going to happen. Hail the 199 and the D-Day Cobra crew. Yes, absolutely. So I have not listened to this video yet, but it is from the great Alex Jones. So right here, Wall Street Journal announces deep state plan to replace Biden with Kamala before DNC. Alex Jones breaks down a report from the Wall Street Journal where Kamala Harris says she's ready to serve in place of President Biden. Let's hear what Alex has to say right here. Here we go.
In a month or two. Now, they wanted to get him. Biden is degenerating now more in a week than he was degenerating in 4 or 5 months, 6 months before. And I said this a few weeks ago. I said at current degeneration rates, he won't even be able to talk in a month or two. Now, they wanted to get him, and Roger Stone had the inside baseball over 2 years ago. They wanted to replace him at the DNC in July. They now admit that all over the news. That's the plan. With Big Mike. And now they've been doing all this political training with Kamala Harris and voice training and things. She's gone from sounding like she's on 5 Xanax to 3 Xanax. And they're getting her ready. And a big sign of that is the Wall Street Journal. Kamala Harris says she is ready to serve as Biden's faces age scrutiny. She said that quote from Air Force Two.
And there's a reason that this happened. Now, again, there's a reason that this is happening on Air Force Two. It's showing you. There's all these optics involved with this, bro. All of these optics are involved. It's disgusting.
Whenever the establishment wants to put something out credible, they do it through the Wall Street Journal. So that's the establishment saying, we've got Kamala ready at least until the DNC in July. Now, Biden still thinks he's the president. And up until a month ago, they were still thinking maybe he can make it to July. But now they are preparing to remove him. And he's now openly talking about to some of his donors a few weeks ago, maybe he won't be the candidate. So I would expect Biden to start segueing in the next few weeks and announcing that he may step down for some unforeseen medical issue. Remember when he was the candidate, he said he might do that. And that they will then fanfare Kamala in with a bunch of hoopla. And the next discussion is, who will the vice president be? And that'll put the country into a deeper crisis. And then there'll be a huge debate and discussion. And Big Mike and Gavin Newsom will be reluctantly drafted in. Whenever
I have been saying this forever. I predicted not the specifics of Big Mike and Gavin Newsom. I don't think, again, I'd have to go back and look. All I know is over a year ago on a political show with me and Ryan Suresh, I said, I don't think that Biden will be the nominee. I don't think there's any way they can run him. He's already fallen apart so much since 2020. There's no way. They can't hide him in the basement this time. What they would need this time to run Biden, they would need another COVID. That's what they would need. Now, don't forget, because you guys reminded me of this, COVID happened in March, like the middle of March. We're in the middle of February. I don't know what they're planning, okay? But they're planning something. This is going to be wild. And there's been a lot of discussion about Big Mike, a lot of discussion. And the Gavin Newsom has been kind of laying low, which, again, there's a reason he's laying low. Let's continue on with Alex.
Remember, they say they'll never be president. They don't want to be president. That's how you know they've been preparing this for a while. And Gavin Newsom's been coming around saying, oh, no, Biden's the best. He's our man. If he can't save us, nobody can. So we have that. Kamala Harris says she's ready to serve as Biden faces age scrutiny. Big Wall Street Journal report from Air Force Two to make her look all presidential with the seal in the background.
Yes.
They're getting ready to take him out even before the DNC that was the plan because of the insane things he's saying. Like last night, the Super Bowl ad he did, Biden blames companies for shrinkflation in awkward Super Bowl promo. This is an incredible 1-minute video because you could talk for 5 hours on it. Everything he says about the companies, and I'm not even defending these companies, a bunch of them are globalist GMO pushers, is what the Federal Reserve with this monetary policy does to shrink the buying of your dollar. And then he says, and they hope you don't notice because it's incremental. So he's telling on the whole system, it's simply amazing. You want to know who I have on? Anybody that nails it. You nail it over and over again, you're on the show. You're ahead of your time, you're on the show. You're tomorrow's news today, you're on the show. Roger, like a parrot, for at least 2.5 years said they will remove Biden in the general election in 2024 at the DNC convention. And so far, how they rolled it out, how they would do it, how they would start indicting his son, how they'd pressure him to leave because he still thinks he's president, it's been dead on. But Roger came on, as you know, Friday and said, maybe my prediction won't be exactly like I said because Biden's brain is rotting so fast. You don't need me to play the latest bloopers, do you?
It's really bad. Like there's some stuff I'm going to show you today that was just today that was just, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The man has no idea where he has no idea what he's doing. He's not conscious of anything that's going on around him. Even Trump called it out. Barack Obama running the country.
We can laugh at it, but you know, he's in control of the nuclear launch codes. It's whistling past the graveyard. It's very dangerous. Now they're saying, look, we got to get rid of him now. And Rogers said Friday, and if I had a bigger crew, the crew's doing a great job, but we need like 3 people to do this full time. I would have a clip right now of Roger saying this is the beginning of the end of Biden. They will probably try to segue Kamala in at least until the event at the DNC, and then they're going to bring in Big Mike, a.k.a. Michelle Obama, and Gavin Newsom.
I mean, I know when I say it, it's funny for you guys. And when I hear Alex say it, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's so good. Now, I see no scenario where cackling Kamala will actually be ran as president. There's no chance of that. There's no chance because she's even more unlikable and unpopular than Joe Biden. She might be the single most unpopular politician. She's probably, like, is she more unpopular? Yeah, I think Hillary has more fans than Kamala Harris. Like, legitimate fans. I think there's more. I think Nikki Haley probably has more legitimate fans than Kamala Harris. And that's a low bar. That's a very low bar.
And sure enough, Wall Street Journal, which is like the mouth of the New World Order, Kamala Harris says she's ready to serve as Biden's faces age scrutiny. And Hillary's come out and said he's too old. The knives are out.
Yep.
And again, Biden just last week said that Mexico is in the Middle East and that the Mexican, he didn't just say the Mexican president is the Palestinian president or the Egyptian president. He just said Mexico's border with Gaza and Mexico's, and he said the name. I mean, it's not just like he's screwing up names. I mean, I messed up at the start of the show and said it was a woman to a man trans shooter just because I got so much going on. Then as soon as I went to break, they're like, you know, you just said it's woman to man, it's man to woman. I'm like, oh God, why did I do that? I mean, anybody that talks a lot is going to make mistakes if you're not reading a script. That's why politicians read teleprompters. I get that. It's not like he gives an hour speech and has 2 mess ups. For an 80-something-year-old guy, that'd be good if he had his brain. You've seen his speeches. The whole thing is a train wreck. And each one is progressively worse and worse and worse.
That's a very good point. Because, yeah, like you could pick something out of anybody messing up, saying something, stumbling over their words, whatever. Nothing about Biden's speeches, none of it is good. None of it makes sense. None of it is connected to anything. It's all bad. It's all a train wreck.
So if he's in there in a month, I would imagine that he'll be drawn on the walls at the White House press conferences with his poop. And I don't mean to be mean about that, but he is in the late stage of dementia. He is, no matter how much meth they give him, no matter how many drugs they give him, he is in cuckoo land and cannot perform, cannot operate. So will the Democrats be successful in this? Will it bamboozle people when they rearrange deck chairs on the Titanic with the musical chairs? I don't know. It remains to be seen.
So that's the end with Alex right there. Somebody says that anyone thinking Kamala Harris would be a good replacement for Biden hasn't followed her career. She's god awful. I don't even know if I've heard this. Let's see.
We're wondering, though, what could you accomplish in a second term that you have not already done now?
Well, to get there, we're going to require everyone to vote to understand what's at stake right now. And that is no small matter, to make sure that we are present, and I intend to travel around our country to remind people of what's at stake and that their voice will matter and will be expressed through their vote in many other ways. But we have to first get there. So I want to emphasize.
What the fuck did she say? What did she say? Holy crap. Holy crap. Ooh, I pulled up this Kamala Harris cringe compilation. I don't know if it's bad or good. Let's visit with the chat first, and then we will pull this up. I don't know. I don't know how much. I haven't watched it. It's awkward Kamala Harris moments that were caught on camera. So we will check that out. So first of all, hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you spending your time here hanging out with us. If you have not, the 221B bags, the 199 backpacks are back on sale over on 221B Tactical. Limited time only, so go over there and check out the site and get you a bag. I put a poll up, and over 300 of you said you wanted me to put them back on sale. Well, actually 600 voted, but 300 said yes, they would buy one. So let's see how many we can get sold over the next 2 weeks. We had those for sale for a limited time only, and then a few people reached out, and essentially they were like, hey, if you relaunch those, we would love to buy them. So we have relaunched them over there. Hopefully you guys, will have an opportunity to go over there and check that out. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope you, and many of you have gotten your bags and you've talked about the quality. And I think that's what drove a lot of people to want to get them. One is they were like, wow, these are really good. And they are really good quality, exceptional quality. Let's see. Merced Old 99 Reality says, Realty says, if Big Mike's run, if Big Mike runs, do we get to see the birth certificate? What would it say? Male, female, circle one. This is Jay Schwalbach. Oh, what's up, Schwalbach? Schwalbach? How the hell are you? If Big Mike runs, do we get to see the birth certificate? What would it say? What would the birth certificate say for Big Mike, chat? What do you think? I don't know. It would be interesting, wouldn't it? Hayden Wayne 420 says Kamala won't be run as president. They might push Biden out and bring her in, but they won't let her run. Then again, she may be so narcissistic that she decides to go against the machine for her own glory. I don't think I do think Kamala Harris is a very dumb person. Like, I think she's incredibly dumb. I don't think she's smart enough to manipulate the system for her advantage. Even if she's in that position, I can't see it, man. She's a very dumb human being. Like, she's objectively one of the dumbest people I've ever seen. Rhino Helix becomes a monthly supporter on Rumble. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jared the American says things are getting worse. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of internal conflict in the U.S., even if Trump wins. Buckle down, folks. Oh, it's going to be 2024 is going to be one that we're going to be talking about for a long time. Mick Hawk with those 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Thank you. Just that bro says, bro. What's up, bro? Lord Botha says, hell yeah. Feed me the haters. Feed me the tears and the jeers. Feed me rigged calls. Chiefs are champs. Let's go. I don't think the Super Bowl was rigged. I know that's probably a very popular thing for me to say. I watch sports enough. I don't think that the Super Bowl is rigged. I just don't. I think Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That was a damn good game. It's a damn good game, man. I don't care about the Taylor Swift element at all. She's just another celebrity that they're trying to take advantage of that's at her games. What's interesting, though, of all of the celebration that they had with all the celebrities, guess who they didn't show? Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, and arguably the most, at least top, he's one of the top 5 most famous people in the world, maybe top 2 with Trump. They didn't even mention that Elon Musk was there. They didn't even, to my knowledge anyway, they didn't even mention Elon Musk was there and present, hanging out at the Super Bowl. That's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit that they didn't mention Elon Musk there. Insane. Eric K says, Jeremy, you are always ugly. Only reason I do not like Kick, you are clear and high definition. Hey, look at there. I'm looking pretty good on Kick. I like that. Lord J says, I just shit my pants. Lock it in, 199. Let's go. Bastard Luigi says, Osteen had a migrant pew pew. I'll just say that. Gotta be careful with that one. Robert Crawford says, subscribed since 2016 with you and Josiah. Glad to see what you've all become. God bless. Man, you've been around for a long time then, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It has been a wild run. 2016 you've been around. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to apologize in advance, but we're going to listen to a little bit of this, okay? I don't know how bad this is going to be because I have not watched it in advance. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It's no wonder that Kamala Harris has endured a couple awkward moments on camera, given that all eyes are on the nation's first female vice president-elect. Her campaign trail pretty much captured every second she spent in public, and because of that, the media caught some...
All right, I already hate the person's fake voice that's narrating this. I hate that.
Odd exchanges. The 2020 presidential and vice presidential debates got a lot of attention, and not always for the best reasons. Despite there being just one debate between the vice presidential candidates, Kamala Harris and Mike Pence, it provided a slew of awkward moments. The debate was moderated by USA Today's
Oh my God, shut the fuck up, AI voice.
Deal at formal events. Reminder that Senator Harris had a campaign event in Wisconsin and government, but then she was end with that in the line. It's a presidential. The dynamic was really awkward, and at one point, the tension bubbled over.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
While Harris was right to tell the vice president that he needed to wait his turn, her comebacks, which were quickly turned into t-shirts, felt awkward and scripted.
If you don't mind letting me finish, we can then have a conversation, okay?
Pence seemed to take the hint, but the exchange created such a weird and tense dynamic on stage that we're confident that the few people sitting in the audience felt it, even though most of us were watching from home.
God, I hate this voice. This voice might be just as bad as Kamala's. Like this AI voice bullshit. This is terrible.
Has a tendency to laugh or smile in moments of tension, and her interview with 60 Minutes was no exception. Nora O'Donnell kept a...
Okay, I'm done. I'm downvoting that video. Fuck that video. Yep, I'm pulling the plug on that one. My apologies. That was awful. That was terrible. What happened to the chat? Why did that happen all of a sudden? Everything's fucked up right now. I think Kamala Harris fucked everything up. So yeah, that was terrible. That shows you I did not watch that in advance, but that was absolutely horrible. But do you want to know what's really horrible? What happened today in Houston? Now, I have a news clip that I have not watched talking about it. Kind of dangerous to watch things that I haven't watched before. So I know light mode. Why did it switch to light mode? That's so weird. I don't know why it's on light mode. But let's watch this news clip really quick of Fox 4 Dallas-Fort Worth. Houston megachurch shooting. Injured 7-year-old was shooter's son. Palestine sticker was on gun. Let's see.
Fire inside a Houston megachurch yesterday had a criminal history and documented mental illness, but used a rifle that was legally purchased.
What type of mental illness? What type of mental illness?
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. Houston police say the shooter entered a hallway of Lakewood Church Sunday afternoon, started firing almost immediately, and was killed in a shootout with church security. A 7-year-old boy who was wounded in that gunfight, now identified as the shooter's son.
I just want us to simply wait on the facts. You got mental illness here. You got a lot of things going on.
Houston police say the shooter who opened fire inside Lakewood Church Sunday afternoon had a history of mental illness and was placed under emergency detention in 2016. Janice Yvonne Moreno also had a long criminal history for assault, forgery, drugs, and weapons violations. Moreno fired shots from an AR-15 Sunday afternoon in a church hallway. Police found another rifle in a bag the shooter was carrying.
But we do know that the one that she did utilize was, from what we can tell, purchased in December legally.
We also know the 7-year-old child who was critically injured during the shootout was Moreno's son. He had a gunshot wound to his head, but police do not know who shot him and whether Moreno tried to use the child as a shield.
We don't know, and I think the worst thing that we can do is speculate on something as important as that.
The motive remains unclear. Police say they found anti-Semitic writings belonging to Moreno and described a dispute between the shooter and her ex-husband's family, some of whom
Did you say her?
Are Jewish. Another possible clue was on the rifle used in the shooting.
There was a sticker on the buttstock of the rifle that stated Palestine. A sticker simply stated Palestine.
Police say Moreno's family did not attend Lakewood, a megachurch led by well-known televangelist Joel Osteen, with Sunday attendance at times reaching 45,000 worshipers. Police gave credit to the church and 2 of its security officers who confronted and shot Moreno. One of them works for Houston police. The other is a federal ATF agent.
I think all of us here would agree that if it weren't for them, the number of casualties and victims would have been much higher.
So let me just say what they should have said. A good guy with a gun is always a good thing. A good guy with a gun is always a good thing.
One bystander was also wounded during the shootout, a 57-year-old man who was treated and released for his injuries. Police also say Moreno claimed to have a bomb, but nothing else in her bags turned out to be hazardous. From start to finish, police say the entire incident lasted about 12 minutes.
I can't believe that they're still doing it. But listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Listen. Oh, this is amazing right here.
So she has utilized both male and female names, but through all of our investigation to this point, talking with individuals, interviews, documents, Houston Police Department reports, she has been identified this entire time as female, she, her, and so we are identifying her as Genesee Moreno, Hispanic female. There were 2 weapons.
There is audio, but it's not on me, but there's only audio coming out of one side. So it wasn't muted. It was just that audio was only coming out of one side, but that's the video clip that I had. So that's why. Now, look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Okay? Like, you want to sit there and talk about, and I agree. Like, I do agree. There is a mental health problem going on. No doubt about that. And it is from top to bottom. There's mental health problems. But if you're not going to actually address the problem and you're just going to sit there and continue, like, okay, it's really dangerous to allow someone to live in their fairy tale and not just, hey, you're really not the thing you fantasize you are. Like, for instance, if you have a child and the child pretends that they're Superman when they're really young, you can say it's okay to pretend you're Superman, but just understand you're not really Superman. But you can pretend to be Superman, but as you get older, let's just make you understand you're not Superman. You don't have Superman's abilities. You can just pretend, because you don't want that child to grow up thinking they really are Superman, and then they jump up to a building when they get older thinking they can fly. You teach fantasy from reality. Not very complicated, is it? But if you just tell the kid, oh, sure, yes, you are Superman, because we don't want to hurt your feelings. You're Superman. You know, like, that's what this nonsense is all about. And it's sickening. It's sick and disgusting. You know? So, you know, you just have to tell people reality is what reality is. And your fairy tales are just fairy tales. And you can have your idea of pretend, but there's a time to pretend and there's a time for reality. Not that complicated. I still don't know why light mode's on all of a sudden. Now it's fixed. Look at that. That's so weird. Look at that. It's so much better that way. We're all about diversity here. But yeah, man, so the whole story, like, I don't know why, like, this one has gotten a lot more traction than most stories that are out there. But that we have a transgender shooter, and the media tries to protect that all the time. This one's gotten out there a lot. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we're in Texas that it happened. I'm not sure. But I'm also glad that there was a good guy with a gun that helped keep the situation under control for the most part. It's still sad, obviously, but, you know, at least there are people that are still out there knowing that a good guy with a gun is better than anything. What is this right here? Let's see. So Kanye West, we got a Kanye clip. What's Kanye up to right now? What's Kanye doing? Here we go.
Backing Donald Trump. Hey, what's next for you, Kanye, man?
So he said, are you supporting Donald Trump?
Backing Donald Trump. Hey, what's next for you, Kanye, man? You seem to have done everything. What's next for you? You still backing Trump?
Yeah, of course. It's Trump all day. What you talking about? Yeah. You know what it is? I thought they sent me in the hospital for, like, supporting. Hold on 1 second. Be quiet before you get exiled. No.
What are you backing Donald Trump?
Kanye back on the Trump train, baby. Let's go. Kanye is back on the Trump train. There we go. He said I think he was saying that they sent him to the hospital for supporting Trump. I think that's what he was trying to say. So Kanye's a trip. He posted something yesterday, and I haven't looked at it yet. Like I said, the video or something like that. So I'm gonna have to check that out. But speaking of Donald J. Trump. First of all, let me show this. All right. So this was going around. All right. Look, this was going around right here. Okay. So it says that Tucker Carlson and Putin interview so far, 200 million views on X, 13 million on YouTube, and then Facebook has about 100,000. So right there is what they're saying the numbers are. Look, first of all, Facebook is dog shit, okay? Facebook is 100% compromised in every way, shape, and form. Unless you're Ben Shapiro and you basically pour millions of dollars into Facebook and pay them so that you can get boosted, and then you kind of get fake narratives that you're the number one conservative creator because you've literally paid for it, because that's exactly what Ben Shapiro did. Ben Shapiro has paid to become the top conservative voice on Facebook. Absolutely has. Now, the truth is somewhere in the middle here, all right? I don't think, like, 13 million on YouTube is a lot, okay? 13 million on YouTube is a lot. That's a lot. 200 million, it's not views. I appreciate that Twitter/X is out there. It's just impressions. It's not views, and it's being reported as views. It's not views. It's impressions, but they call it a view, and that's the difference. So while Facebook is severely limiting Tucker, Twitter is boosting him for sure because Elon retweets him every time, but it's not 200 million views. It's just not, and that's the point here. It's not. I think that it would probably be somewhere in the 20 to 30 million view range. Real views. It ain't 200 million views. It's just not. I don't know how many it got on Rumble. That would be interesting to see how many it got on Rumble. But I wanted to point that out really quick because that is going around. And I'm happy Tucker's getting so much traction. But the reality of it is he's not getting 200 million views. He's getting 200 million impressions. Now, we just got this right before I went live. Right here. Breaking: Trump plans to attend Georgia hearing on misconduct allegations against Fani Willis, master troll. So Trump plans to attend the Georgia hearing on misconduct allegations against Fani Willis. Our boy Donald Trump, the man The man, the myth, the legend. Trump. Trump is the man, dude. There's nobody like him. There's nobody like him. I mean, the fact that he's going to go there, it's going to put so much more attention on it. It's going to put so much more media attention on it. Again, don't mess with the Don. Don't mess with the Don. All right? It's so good. I love it so much, man. Trump is the best. He's the absolute best. Mega Chad energy right there from Donald Trump. Now, I haven't watched this video yet. Colin Rugg just posted this one, but this is from Robert F. Kennedy right here. Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy visits the border and finds miles of border fence material purchased by Donald Trump, but abandoned by President Joe Biden. It gets worse. The cartel is taking advantage of this specific area to scout and eventually smuggle people through Tucson, Arizona. Says the county sheriff, Mark Daniels, said that he was certain the scout was in the area during the time of RFK Jr.'s visit. This is insane. Let's watch this really quick. Let's watch this. Legalize Adulthood's here with 20 gifted memberships. Let's go. Let's go. Legalize adulthood.
Biden took over. He declared the southwest border a non-emergency, which shut down all the developments here on the border.
Just to get this straight, this part of the fence was built by the Obama administration.
The new this is a model from the Obama administration.
And then President Trump purchased all this material, these huge piles, a mile of material here, to complete the fence over that hill. And you can see the ditch, you can see the cut. And the day that he took office, President Biden issued an order shutting down construction, and all of this material now is...
This is a very small percentage of the material still left. The majority of it, 90%, has been shipped out and sold as scrap. Salvage, yep. Top of the hill, come down, there's a tree to the left. That's where the scout system is, that little tree every day. Cartel scout. And he directs the traffic across.
Is there a cartel scout up there right now?
Yeah, he's up there right now. I guarantee he's up there.
What are you going to do, RFK? You going to go you going to take your shirt off and you walk up there all buff? You know, because that's of course what his claim to fame was RFK's 70 whatever years old and he's got his shirt off. Hey, he's awesome. So is he? They make it look like he's going to charge up there like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There are cartel scout up there right now.
He's up there right now. I guarantee he's up there.
The policy came in.
Why did they end it like that? They made it seem like he was going to walk up there like Stone Cold. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, the lie that's out there is that Trump didn't build the wall. He absolutely built the wall. He was constantly having to fight with the Democrats and the rhinos to get that done. But yes, he did. They can continue to lie about Donald Trump all they want, but the fact is he did build the wall, and if they would not have gotten in his way, he would have built more of the wall. That's just the truth. That is the truth. Let's see. Aunt Ryu. By the way, Aunt Ryu, I missed your 50 the other night while we were here. I got it on the Square Up, but thank you for the $9.99. He says, this is quickly becoming a depressing CobraCast. Sad 199. We can get the party started, okay? We've almost got 3,000 people, and we got 361 over on Rumble, and we've got a whopping 25 on Kick. That's okay, wherever you're watching. What's up, Meme TV in the house? How you doing, brother? Again, one more time, I want to show you guys this just because it is pretty amazing. It is pretty awesome. But first, look who's calling me right now. Hey, Ryan, how are you? I'm live. I know. I know. I called you while you were live, too. I forgot you were live. Hang on. Let me put you on speaker. I always don't put you on speaker at first because you might say a gamer word. Do you want to say hello to the CobraCast audience?
it's the CobraCast. So it's CobraCast 199, Snake Pit Battalion, the Bro Brigade. I don't know what the fuck these people are called. Yeah, I'll refrain from saying any words that could get you taken off of YouTube. Although you seem to do that yourself most of the time.
That is true. That's true. I'll call you back later, man.
All right,
bye. I did call Ryan when he went live. And I forgot he went live. He was live with Star Wars Theory, so he probably just got done. Okay, so really quick, I talked about this at the beginning, but this is, I genuinely, this right here, like, again, it's never a brag. It's a thank you. It's amazing, but this is crazy. Number one in the USA on 2 different channels this week. Number one in the USA, D-Day Cobra. Number one in the USA, Geeks and Gamers. Number one in the USA. That is insanity. I will not, and this is, the fact is we're getting a lot on Rumble these days too, but the fact is number one on 2 different channels is wild. And that's in the country. On those days, we were number 2 in the world on YouTube. In the entire world. This show was the number 2 most super chatted channel in the entire fucking world. That's crazy. So anyway, thank you guys for supporting and being awesome. I'll never understand how this has happened. I just want to continue to say thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope I continue to do a good job. And I'm really thankful, man. I really am. Like I was, when I saw that, I was like, wow, like what in the hell are we doing here that we're doing that type of support? It's really amazing. So you guys are the best. Let's see. Amar Gill says, I'm a dim and I still watch and support Geeks and Gamers. That's a $20 super chat. Canadian. Well, thank you. And listen, you and I are you still in the chat? You're so $20 and you said, I'm a dim and I still watch and support Geeks and Gamers. And I appreciate that. Geeks and Gamers is not a political channel. We obviously have strong opinions over there, but in no way, shape, or form have I ever said you can't have a different political opinion than me. I'm always open to that. I've said far leftist weirdos. They probably don't want to watch. We don't really want their support, but yeah, you could be a Democrat. You can be a person that's not a fan of Donald Trump and support Geeks and Gamers 100%. And I appreciate that. That just shows to me, that says a lot about you, that you can watch me who clearly you disagree with, but you still appreciate my takes on things. So yeah, that's totally fine with me. Let's see. Dalu gives 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, being a Democrat's not like what it used to be. Like, there are classic Democrats out there, but the party itself and the movement has moved so far left. And it's like that meme that Elon Musk shared a long time ago. Let's see. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it really quick. There's that meme about that Elon Musk shared. Elon Musk, the left. Let's see if I can find it really quick. Yeah, here it is right here. And where's it at? What, does it not have it embedded there? Oh, here it is. Yeah, right here. Does he still have this thing up? He does. He still has this up on Twitter. This is the most accurate thing ever right here. Boom. So right here, this is in 2008. My fellow liberal, me, and then 2012, my fellow liberal running leaves me right here. Now you're just like almost in the center. 2021. Here you go. Is that like a sound? What is that? Okay, right there. And then this same liberal runs all the way to the far left and then calls this person a bigot for never changing. All right? Never changing. And then you got the conservative who never moved. It says, LOL. That right there is exactly what has happened. That's it. That's a perfect example of it for sure. And that's from Elon Musk. That has 1.4 million likes, by the way, from Elon. 1.4 million likes. So there you go right there. Shout out. And that's where I want to say this was this before he purchased Twitter? I feel like this is before he purchased Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was before he purchased it. And that's what kind of was the lead up to where you started seeing Elon calling out a lot of stuff. And you're like, man, Elon's calling out some BS, man. He's calling a lot of stuff out. What's up with the volume? Are we having more volume problems? Mic volume? Hello, 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 hello. I don't think you're having any issues. It seems to be different on each device. So I'm not sure. It seems to be different on each device. Golden Nuggets for 20 says, I'm having a really invasive procedure tomorrow morning to see how my insides are healing. So I am slightly nervous, but I'm not as nervous as Biden. Who am I kidding? He still thinks he's hanging by the pool with corn pop. Well, Golden Nuggets, man, nothing but positive vibes for you, brother. I know you've been battling and dealing with, cancer, and then you got cleared of it, but you still got some issues. So let us know, man. Keep us posted. And again, as you always know, the Snake Pit has your back. So thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And definitely don't hesitate to come in here and let us know how it's going. And we definitely have your back. We definitely have your back. All right, let's see where we are. We are live on Kick. We are live on Rumble. A lot of prayers are up in the chat. I appreciate that. As always, thank you guys so very much. There was another bookmark that I had earlier. Okay, so this is what we all know, okay? This ain't breaking no news to anybody right here. Here we go.
Saved America from yet another horrific Biden betrayal, disaster. I don't think he knows what the hell he's doing anyway, so. I always say, by the people that surround him, or by, sometimes I'll interchange, I'll say, by Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein. But every time I say that, the fake news, oh, that's a lot of fake news back there. The fake news.
For a second, it says stop calling prayers vibes. I'll start doing it even more now. I'm sitting here telling people put some good vibes out there, drop some prayers. So yes, good vibes, drop some prayers, some good vibes. Please do that.
Every time I say it, anytime I want to have a little fun, Governor, we have fun sometimes, even though the country's going to hell, we have to have a little bit of fun. But every time I interchange Barack Hussein Obama, remember Rush Limbaugh? He'd go, Barack Hussein Obama. I wonder what he was getting at. But every time I do interchanging, we do a little interchanging, they say, he doesn't know who the president is. He thinks it's Barack Obama. I say, no, but I think Barack Obama has a lot to do with running the country right now, and we can't let that happen.
He's got everything to do with running the country. Everything to do with it. I don't know if it's a lot of people, but I keep seeing people say they're having mic problems. All right, let's see.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yes.
I have a tip for you.
Yeah.
It seems to happen when you move back and forth to the mic. If you could just stay like you are on the cruise right there in front of it, it seems like it's okay. When you kind of go back and forth, that's when it messes up.
Okay. So this damn thing's so sensitive. So I guess we'll see. All right. Let's see. Just a tip. All right.
Yeah. Just keep your mouth right in front of it, just like you.
So I have to. So basically, I got to do exactly what Barack does to Big Mike, right? I got to keep my mouth on the big black thing. Is that what I got to do?
Yep. Open wide.
All right. I will do just that. I'll do exactly what Barack does with Big Mike. Here we go.
He has a lot to do with it. The other day got caught. I do the imitation where Biden can't find his way off the stage, right? He can't find the stairs. Well, right there I got one, I have two, I got three, and I could jump off the back or off the front if we had to, right? So I do the imitation. It's just fun. I say, this guy can't put two sentences together. He can't even find his way off the stage. And then I go, watch. I'll imitate him. And I go like this. Huh. You ever notice he always goes, huh. He starts off good because he's pointing at the stairs. And then after that, he's like, and then he turns around, huh. And Nevada, where we did so well, we had a wall in the back. We don't have a wall here. We have great people.
Look at that cheap pop that Trump gets. He's like a professional wrestler. He's like Mick Foley. Look at this cheap pop, bro. So good. So good.
And in Nevada, where we did so well, we had a wall in the back. We don't have a wall here. We have great people. As opposed to a wall. I like people better, though, but we had a wall, and I walked back to the wall. Where are I? And then I came back, and we did a very good speech. They said he was unable to find his way off the stage. You know why? Because they're among the most dishonest people you'll ever see.
Trump is awesome. So, yeah, great energy there. Barack Obama is 1,000% running this country right now. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Does anyone doubt that? I mean, it's definitely not. It's definitely not Joe Biden. But the question is will we get so right now we're in the third Obama term. And this is why it's so important. 2024 will be the difference in will we get a fourth and fifth Obama term. That's what we are facing right now. A fourth and a fifth Obama term. And if Trump doesn't get back in the White House now, it's not going to happen. So this is the end game right here. This is the end game right here. Be very, 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 very worried about what we are witnessing right before our very eyes. Okay, so looks like a lot of you were. So I'm gonna try to go full Barack Obama and Big Mike on this microphone, and I think that will cure some of our problems. Hopefully that will. We shall see. But welcome in, everybody. Many people are still asking me about the title, the clickbait title. It's not clickbait, unfortunately. It's definitely not, and that's the scary part of it. Now, I don't think nothing has been officially said in terms of like that they're going to do anything, but we do have this report right here. Right here. I am ready to serve. There's no question about that. When Kamala Harris was facing questions about Biden's age, that was her response right there. And then we had a video from Alex Jones talking about it. And just because we have a whole new audience, we're at the top of the hour, I will recap that video as well from Alex Jones so you guys can hear what he has to say right
Biden is degenerating now more in a week than he was degenerating in 4 or 5 months, 6 months before. And I said this a few weeks ago. I said at current degeneration rates, he won't even be able to talk in a month or two.
Now, so again, we're not going to go through this whole video. I just want you to hear a little bit of what Alex said because a lot of the audience already heard this video. But the point being is that, yes, do I believe that Kamala Harris will be sworn in as President of the United States of America? Potentially. Now, why do I think that? Well, there's a couple of different reasons for that. Number one, Biden, I don't think he can do it. I don't think that they can keep him long enough. I also believe that they would love to call her the 47th President of the United States of America. I believe they would. I believe that just if it was temporary, they would love to call her the 47th President. Imagine that. Think about that. They want to call her the 47th President. That's what they would love, nothing more than to do that. All right. And I do think it'll be temporary, but let's listen to what Alex has to say.
They wanted to get him, and Roger Stone had the inside baseball over 2 years ago. They wanted to replace him at the DNC in July. They now admit that all over the news. That's the plan. With Big Mike. And now they've been doing all this political training with Kamala Harris and voice training and things. She's gone from sounding like she's on 5 Xanax to 3 Xanax. And they're getting her ready. And a big sign of that is the Wall Street Journal. Kamala Harris says she is ready to serve as Biden's faces age scrutiny. She said that, quote, from Air Force 2. Whenever the establishment wants to put something out credible, they do it through the Wall Street Journal. So that's the establishment saying We've got Kamala ready at least until the DNC in July. Now, Biden still thinks he's the president. And up until a month ago, they were still thinking maybe he can make it to July. But now they are preparing to remove him.
Now, this is the Wall Street Journal article. And look at how presidential they're making her look. This is the picture they used, making her look confident, but also worried and focused. She's serious. She's serious about stepping up and serving her country and becoming the president of the United States. That's what this whole that picture is right there.
And he's now openly talking about to some of his donors a few weeks ago, maybe he won't be the candidate. So I would expect Biden to start segueing in the next few weeks and announcing that he may step down for some unforeseen medical issue. Remember when he was the candidate, he said he might do that.
And again, if you remember, they had the report just recently about, his memory and how he's just a well-meaning old man. He just doesn't remember. That language is specifically designed to make you sympathetic. He's just a well-meaning old man. He's just a well-meaning old man.
And that they will then fanfare Kamala in with a bunch of hoopla. And the next discussion is, who will the vice president be? And that'll put the country into a deeper crisis. And then there'll be a huge debate and discussion. And Big Mike and Gavin Newsom will be reluctantly drafted in. Whenever they say they'll never be president, they don't want to be president, that's how you know they've been preparing this for a while. And Gavin Newsom's been coming around saying, oh no, Biden's the best. He's our man. If he can't save us, nobody can. So we have that. Kamala Harris says she's ready to serve as Biden faces age scrutiny. Big Wall Street Journal report from Air Force Two to make her look all presidential with the seal in the background. They're getting ready to take him out even before the DNC that was the plan, because
there's no way as he just said, and as I said, there is an obvious optic involved with this picture right here. Like, the timing is exactly on point with what you would expect, with what the report we just heard and all of that. They are telling a story. They are telling you a story right now. They are building up to this. They are prepping you. They are prepping everybody for this. Again, I'm going to repeat it one more time. It's going to be of many times. I'm going to keep saying, I hope to God I'm wrong. I want to be wrong about this more than I've ever been wrong about anything in my life. I don't want Biden to be replaced. I don't. I want him to run. I want him to be the Democratic nominee in November. I want it because I know that he cannot touch Trump. He can't do it. And if I'm looking at this from their perspective, from the left's perspective, they would need to do this. Like, I do think what was in February, March, April, May, June, July, like, they would probably need to do this around June or July. Then you have August and September. Like, so obviously we're gonna work towards that October surprise. And I think that the October surprise has to, because again, it's the honeymoon phase. You know, you bring somebody in at the last second and there's a honeymoon phase of like celebration and, all of this. There's not a lot of time to vet them or to, kind of critique them or for them to go through the grind of all of that. I'm just telling you, that's what it seems like. Somebody said that I'm wrong in the chat. I hope I am, and I hope you're right. I swear I am, man. Oh, goodness.
DNC that was the plan because of the insane things he's saying. Like last night, the Super Bowl ad he did, Biden blames companies for shrinkflation in awkward Super Bowl promo. This is an incredible 1-minute video because you could talk for 5 hours on it. Everything he says about the companies, and I'm not even defending these companies, a bunch of them are globalist GMO pushers, is what the Federal Reserve with this monetary policy does to shrink the buying of your dollar. And then he says, and they hope you don't notice because it's incremental. So he's telling on the whole system, it's simply amazing.
See, you want to know? A lot of people, so you understand, like, so I'm not doing a hedging my bets like Skip Bayless does, you know, with his sports predictions where he tries to make a prediction, but then he also says, I genuinely have never wanted to be more wrong than I am now about this. But you have the media. You have like people that are on our side of it that are just roasting Biden every freaking day, every day. And I mean, a lot of it's because he's giving everybody a lot of content and material, but like Joe Biden is clueless. He's clueless. Look at this. Look at this right here. This is insane. All right, watch. This dude has no idea where he's at.
Your Majesty, over to you.
Mr. President.
Bro, one more time. This man has no idea where he's at.
Your Majesty, over to you.
Mr. President.
Jesus, this is so bad. And there's another clip. There was another clip. Let me find it. From the same press. Right here. So, Jesus.
Along with Queen Rihanna, is meeting with Jill now and the Queen and the Crown Prince Hussein. Where is the Prince out there? I thought he was coming out. At any rate.
Oh my God, dude, it's February. This man cannot make it. He can't make it to November. Holy shit. Like, he's just asking, like, what are you talking about?
Along with Queen Rihanna, is meeting with Jill now and the Queen and the Crown Prince Hussein. Where is the Prince out there? I thought he was coming out. At any rate.
Jeez. I just don't see it. I just do not see it. I don't see how he makes it. And then you have these comments from Tucker Carlson right here. Here we go.
I want to live in a free country. I was born in one. And I'm going to do whatever small thing I can do to maintain, this society that I love.
You are known to be pro-Republican Party, right wing of Republican Party. This is what they claim. They said first you've been a Democrat.
That's
and
not
then
true.
Became a Republican. Okay. Or you are known to be pro-Trump, anti-Biden. What is truthful in this? And you went to Putin because you are pro-Trump and anti-Biden?
My views are not very interesting. I'm not sure how I'd characterize them. They're changing as quickly as the world itself is changing. And as a matter of principle, I think that, that your views should change when the evidence changes, and assumptions that you had in the past are proven wrong. That has happened to me virtually every month of my life. If you pay close enough attention, you can rate your own performance, just as if you're betting on sports. I lost that one. And when you do, when it turns out that the things you thought were true were lies, you should admit it. So what are my views? I'm not certain. Tell the truth is my main view, and I plan to do that to the best of my ability. So Trump played no role in this whatsoever. There's obviously an election in my country coming to fruition in November. I have no idea what's going to happen. I think that the current administration is very obviously incompetent, and the president is senile. That's not an attack. Everyone knows it. It has now been confirmed, I would say, this week in the report that you're all familiar with. But and that's very sad, but it had sort of nothing to do with the interview. I wanted to interview Putin because he's the leader of a country that the U.S. government is sort of at war with, though not in a declared way.
Yeah, and it is sad that that's where we are. The president of the United States is senile. It's senile. That's where we are. And in Tucker's interview, Putin himself said he hasn't talked to Biden in what, years? Is that what he said? Now, of course, Tucker Carlson made a lot of news this week because he interviewed Vladimir Putin, and it got a ton of traction and a ton of attention, rightfully so. And right here, this is Tucker for the first time talking about the hate that he received. Here we go.
Do you have an explanation, a reasonable explanation, why there is this anti-war and this very negative remarks about this interview from a lot of your colleagues and a lot of politicians in the world?
One of the ways that I think I'm different is I don't like the internet, and I haven't seen any of the reaction, and I would imagine, you know, I'm not the most popular person among my colleagues in the United States. I wouldn't have dinner with them anyway, so it's no great loss. But, you know, I can't imagine what their motives would be. I didn't go to Russia, of course, to promote Vladimir Putin, and if that was my purpose, I'd say so, because I'm not embarrassed. I went because I felt that most Americans, in whose name all of this is being done, don't really know what's happening, and they know nothing about the guy they're supposedly at war with, unofficially. And I just felt that my job, if I have a job in this world, is to bring information to people so they can decide. And so I wanted to do the longest interview I could with Vladimir Putin that contained the most amount of Vladimir Putin talking, not me grandstanding about what a great person I am. When an American journalist interviews someone like Vladimir Putin, the whole point of the interview is to say, I'm a good person and you're not. And that interview was aimed at his colleagues in the newsrooms in the United States. I'm a good person. Why are you such a bad person? You're committing genocide. Okay. That's not fruitful, and that's certainly not my role. I care what God thinks of me, what my wife thinks of me, and what my 4 children think of me, and that's all I care about. So I don't need to prove that I'm a good person. I want to hear Vladimir Putin talk so people in my country can assess what's happening. That's it.
Which is exactly what journalism is all about. And there's such a lack of it. There's such a lack of that right now, and it's crazy. Tomani for 50 says, hey, Jeremy, I tried to send you the super chat to give Dan Vask his share of Saturday's winnings, but you shut down the stream before I could send it. Could you please forward this to him? Thanks, and I'm hoping you win one of my challenges soon. I do too, Tomani, and absolutely. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you and all your support, and thank you for the support on the gaming streams. It means the world to us, so thank you so much, brother. Cerberus for 10 says, I got my 199 backpack. Those who are on the fence about buying one, it can be customized and expanded. I posted a pic of something I threw together on Discord, bragging rights. I will check that out, Cerberus. And yes, the link for the 199 backpacks are in the pinned post. We just relaunched them. You got a couple of weeks before we're going to close that down. And our goal is to try to move 100. I think we've moved about 20 so far. So if you're interested, we have reopened that campaign up, and I appreciate all of you that are interested. Some aren't, and I totally understand. But thank you, Cerberus, for giving us an update on that. But let's get back to Tucker Carlson here. Yeah, I mean, Tucker's reasoning for interviewing Putin is exactly what every journalist, if you're a true journalist, that should be your focus every time you're talking. As there's a story that the public needs to hear about. You should be approaching it without your personal opinion involved. And there's such a lack of that right now, and it's why Tucker stands above all.
Who's the devil's advocate?
But advocate away.
Yes. Okay, I'll tell you. You should challenge in the rules of an interview, and you're a master in your business. It's not for me to give you a lecture about that, but you should challenge some ideas. For instance, you didn't talk about freedom of speech in Russia. You did not talk.
Somebody in the chat says Tucker didn't push Putin like a true journalist. That is a retarded statement, just to be clear. You're free to have your retarded statement, but that is absolutely retarded. Tucker Carlson walked into Russia and he's a citizen of a country that would absolutely not have his back right now. The United States of America would not have Tucker Carlson's back if he got anything happened in Russia. The U.S. would not support him. The U.S. would abandon him, and he knew that. He walked right into Russia, into a very intimidating situation that few people would have walked into, and asked questions that the American people would want to hear the answers to. He can't help the answers that Vladimir was given, but he did an amazing job, especially considering that the United States would not have his back. Nothing but respect to Tucker.
About Navalny, about assassinations, about the restrictions on opposition in the coming elections.
I didn't talk about the things that every other American media outlet talks about
Why?
exclusively.
Yes, this is
because
my
those are
question.
covered, and because I have spent my life talking to people who run countries in various countries and have concluded the following, that every leader kills people, including my leader. Every leader kills people. Some kill more than others. Leadership requires killing people, sorry. That's why I wouldn't want to be a leader. That press restriction is universal in the United States. I know because I've lived it. I've asked my former, I've had a lot of jobs. And I've done this for 34 years, and I know how it works. And there's more censorship in Russia than there is in the United States, but there's a great deal in the United States. And so, at a certain point, it's like people can decide whether they think, what countries they think are better, what systems they think are better. I just want to know what he thinks. That was the whole point.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly right. And I think Tucker gave a great answers there. And like I said, historically, I'm not saying I've always watched Tucker. I didn't watch Tucker when he was on Fox News. I didn't watch him. You know what I mean? And mainly because I just don't really watch mainstream media anymore. I've kind of stopped watching mainstream media for a long time. I used to watch it a lot. But yeah, so I've become a massive fan of Tucker Carlson since he's basically gone out on his own. And he seems to be the last true real journalist out there with a legitimate platform, and he's doing great things. He's doing great things. Tamani says, and here's a little something for you and your grift. Keep up the great work. Hail the 199. Thank you, Tomani. I appreciate you, brother. And I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here and supporting us in whatever way you want to. And again, supporting us doesn't mean give me money. I like money. I like super chats. But in no way, shape, or form does anyone feel obligated to send me a dime. You just being here and interacting in any way, shape, or form, that's enough support for me. Herb Thompson says, have you finally realized he's not going to be VP? Yeah, I've mentioned that quite a few times, recently, because I said you guys actually convinced me of that. You, the chat, got me off of the Tucker Carlson for VP stuff that I was on. Because you've convinced me that he's better suited where he is right now. And in a Trump's America, we would need someone like Tucker Carlson to kind of be the Pied Piper. He would need to be the lead dog in the independent media side of things. So I absolutely, 1,000%. No, you're good. You're good, Herb. Said I missed the last 3 episodes. Weird times were rough for me. Hey, I'm sorry, man. No problem. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, so I've backed off of that. I'm not saying I still wouldn't love the idea of Tucker being VP. What I'm saying is that I believe he's better suited being the lead independent media figure in this country. That's better than being Trump's VP. In all honesty, I'm sure you guys saw it. I'm sure you all saw it. But I mean, I'm starting to think that I think Vivek might be the pick. Like, I'm starting to think that it could be Trump and Vivek. We got this video right here. Let me see if I can find it. There's that video of Trump and Vivek the other day at Mar-a-Lago. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it really quick. And it seems like Trump and Vivek are very, very, very close at this point in time. Right here. Here we go. Ooh, that's loud. That's loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Here we go. That looks like a superstar team. I'm just saying, that looks like a superstar team right there. And by the way, to all the lefties out there, how you feeling about Melania showing back up? Because they've been basically saying Melania left Donald. That's what they've been saying, because Melania was dealing with her her mother passing away, and she hasn't been around. She hasn't been in the public eye much. And all the lefties have been crying, saying, Melania left Donald Trump. There's the gorgeous First Lady Melania right there. And I just want to say, like, Vivek, your appearance on Friday Night Tights clearly elevated you. We've got you standing there with President Trump and Melania. But, yeah, so there we go. Melania Trump hanging out. Legalize adulthood for a proper 199. Says, monetize me, monetize me, monetize me. I'm such a victim. When you transitioned away from being a poor young black Alabama sharecropper farm girl named Jemiah, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. We knew you were finding your best self. Trump 2024, baby. Thank you, legalize adulthood. Jemiah. Monetize me, monetize me, monetize me. You guys are the best, man. I don't understand it, but I do actually understand it. Like what I don't understand is how I've gotten so lucky to be in the position I'm in. I don't understand that. I do understand all of you. And I understand how awesome all of you are and how much you guys appreciate this little corner of the internet we have. It's just, for me, it's like, I just don't understand how I'm so lucky to be part of this. Just a part, just a small piece of the puzzle. But thank you so very much. Back to the winning ticket right here. That's a winning ticket right there, bro. That's a winning ticket right there. Like, come on. That's a winning ticket. All right? You're not beating that. Now, again, I obviously had my concerns about Vivek, with everything, but the dude has been a complete, like, he has just been there with Trump every step of the way. We also have this video right here. Let's check this out. Did I see Yellow Flash in the chat? What's up, Yellow Flash? There's Mike Lindell right there. That's awesome. Look at Mike Lindell. Shout out to Mike Lindell. There's Melania. Uh-oh. I thought she left Donald. I thought she left Donald. They need, so what would happen hypothetically, okay? If Melania had left Trump, do you know what would happen? The left would claim she's the most brave and stunning, beautiful woman on the planet. She would be the greatest. She would be Melania would turn into the left, and the mainstream media would take Melania and treat her like she should have been treated the whole time. They would prop her up. They would make her out to be this, oh man, but here she is, still with Don, and it drives them crazy. So there you go. Man, it must suck. It must suck for the left to see all of that. Must suck for them. Just that bro says, cause you're a bro. $2. Thank you. Thank you. David Phillips says, Jeremy, have you heard about the story? J.D. Vance raised the alarm on Monday that the Senate bill to fund Ukraine contains an impeachment time bomb aimed at Trump. If he wins re-election, it's on Breitbart. You know, I actually did see that story, and I meant to pull that up. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Let me pull this up really quick. Give me just a second. Keep missing. Okay, there's Breitbart. Let me pull this up really quick. Yeah, I saw the story going around. So let me find it on Breitbart. Man, they tweet a lot. Here we go. There's a story that Donald Trump is the most respected leader by a lot. That's pretty damn awesome. There's Joel Osteen. You know, oh, by the way, did you guys see this? This is so freaking funny. This is so funny. Right here. So, I love it. You got this absolute madman. You got this cheerleading squad performing for Trump, and Trump starts dancing. What a This is like some Game of Thrones shit right here, man. He's like a king right there. He's like a king. Oh my God. Dude, Trump is so funny, bro. All right, let's see. I'm looking for this article. I can't find it on Breitbart, but I did see the tweet going around. Let me just find. All right, JD Vance. Let's see, JD Vance. JD Vance. Here we go. All right, I'm looking for it. Give me just a second. Ukraine bill right there. Okay, here it is right here. All right, we got it. Just sent the below memo to every one of my Republican colleagues in Congress. Buried in the bill's text is an impeachment time bomb for the next Trump presidency if he tries to stop funding the war in Ukraine. We must vote against this disastrous bill. Holy crap. Loud? What's loud? Man, why does my microphone keep getting jacked up like that? I apologize, guys. So yeah, right here. And again, so everything is meant, every single thing is meant to destroy Trump. It's what they've been doing forever. This is why I keep talking about the fact that Trump did miracles in his first term with all of these rhinos and all of these leftists and all of the mainstream and all of big tech and all of Hollywood working against him, plus the powers that be that were out there. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how people don't see this for what it is. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, I'll probably break this down. I might just do a video about this one because this is a big story, but I haven't looked too far into it yet. But I'm glad JD Vance is bringing some attention to this because that is wild. That is wild. Bane Zero, and thank you, David Phillips, for that. Bane Zero says, Vivek should absolutely be VP. We need someone who can attack with similar ferocity as Trump. Carrie Lake should be picked. Shouldn't be picked because we need as many real Republicans as we can get in Congress, considering how that place is. I agree. Why is it back on light mode? This is so weird. Everything, all my shit's fucking up. All my shit. There we go. I had to switch over for a minute. Yeah, I do agree. And that's kind of what, by the way, I'm not judging. I just want to be clear. I'm not judging anybody. Okay. But if you, at this point in time, use light mode, you're a psychopath, okay? And I can't trust you. But I'm not judging anybody. But if you use light mode, I don't think I can trust you ever for any decision whatsoever. Like I just can't. Light mode means you can't be trusted. That's just the facts, okay? It's just the facts. Get a new mic. My mic, dude, I think it might be my Rodecaster or my Stream Deck so I have a Stream Deck and a Rodecaster Pro 2. I don't know if that's what it is, but I will work on it. But ultimately, even if my microphone sucks tonight, I still don't use light mode. Okay? I still don't use light mode. And for that reason, I'm okay. But back to your point, Bane Zero, and I do agree. Ultimately, I was always on the Carrie Lake train. Okay. I've always on hype train for her. She's fantastic. I think she's awesome. And she's got the consistency and the passion to back up Donald Trump. All right. So she's always shown that. Carrie Lake is awesome. But yes, needing her in she's running for Senate, right? So yes, needing her in the Senate is crucial. And then obviously Tucker Carlson, who was another one I was a big fan of the VP side, him being the #1 independent voice. Absolutely, absolutely need him there. And Vivek has shown the consistency and the dedication to President Trump. And to me, that's what it's all about. So right now, Trump could have a literal dream team set for 2024. He could have a dream team in place, and it would be incredible. He could have an absolute dream team. Obviously, him as president, Vivek as VP. You would have Carrie Lake in the Senate. You would have Tucker Carlson as the top media personality. And again, that doesn't mean Trump's just going to get favorable coverage. You're just going to get the truth, which guess what? If you tell the truth about Trump, it will be favorable coverage. Trump doesn't need anybody to lie for him. He needs them to tell the truth about him. And if you tell the truth about Donald Trump and what he's doing, guess what? That's going to be good for Donald Trump. White House press secretary. Do we have any options there? I know a lot of people want Alex Jones for that. Maybe Alina Habba. Alina Habba would be fantastic for that. So he could have a dream team, dude. He could have a dream team. Legalized Adulthood says, that's a big mic all up in your mouth, buddy. That's just that bro says, Jeremy, through one of your programs that the stream is going through, audio gain control is on it, should be disabled on everything. I'll have to look into it. I usually don't have this many problems with the audio, so Hailstorm, you'll have to help me figure out what's going on with it. E-Hef says, I want Vivek to debate Newsom. The poop jokes from an Indian guy would be magical. That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. Bastard Luigi says, off topic, but Clifton Duncan has an Indiegogo for his Thomas Sowell one-man play. Shout out 199 Iron Age and Jeremy growing the Lemmy Mutton chops. Let's go. Shout out to Clifton Duncan. He's awesome, man. I'm a huge fan of Clifton. He's a great guy, too. We've had him on Friday Night Tights a few times, actually. Johnny the Whiz Kid on Rumble says there's an impeachment clause buried in a bill's text for the next Trump presidency if he tries to stop funding a war in the Ukraine. What can be done to stop this when Trump returns? Can he toss it? Well, they need to vote it down before he even gets back. That would be the easiest answer right there. I'm glad they found it, and I'm glad they highlighted it. Solar Roller says, welcome to the Snake Pit, Solar Roller. Thank you. Mod Eric over on Rumble. Taylor Swift does not like Trump because he will not be her daddy. Yeah, I don't have any strong opinions on Taylor Swift one way or the other. I don't really care about her. The coverage of her has just been insane from both the right and the left. I just don't care about Taylor Swift. JR says, I've started coming here instead of Timcast. This is more entertaining and based. Thanks, Jeremy, you giant baguette. I appreciate that. Again, man, Tim has a fantastic show. I've never wanted to try to take anything away from him. I just wanted to offer some of the audience that I felt were being disrespected another opportunity, and it's been really good for us, and I'm happy that you guys are enjoying what we're doing here. So that's fantastic indeed, so thank you. Anthony for $4.99 says, Michael Knowles is right over the target. He observed that the Democrats will remove Biden kicking and screaming or stiff as a log. I don't watch Michael Knowles, but a lot of people seem to like Michael Knowles. I don't watch really any Daily Wire people. I used to watch Ben Shapiro. I used to be an annual subscriber to the Daily Wire, but their shilling for DeSantis really turned me off. And, I mean, it was bad. Their shilling for DeSantis was pathetic, and it really did turn me off. So Mick Hawk says, my friend from Alabama got a B. Jay by his first cousin on his grandmother's porch. Not helping the stereotype. He was drunk when he told me. So, okay, so you put, I like how you said this. My friend from Alabama got a B, and then there's a space, and it says J by his first cousin on his grandmother's porch. Not helping the stereotype. He was drunk when he told me. Oh, I didn't know where that one was going until I got to the J part. I was like, I know where this is going. Mick Hawk says that you should dye your facial hair like Hollywood Hulk Hogan or Scott Steiner for a week. Do it, you coward. What color? What color you want me to dye it? Like, you want me to go full Hollywood? Well, Hollywood had he had it dark here, but he had his Fu Manchu was blonde. I mean, I'm willing to do it. So their dream says, Jeremy, rub my legs. I'll buy you ice cream. I'll pass. And I'm going to not say thank you. Thank you. Zinny Biscuit says, Dems are like that one comment that says first. They want to have the first multiracial woman as president. That is true. That is true. Christopher Thomas Halter says, I'm a gator in the snake pit. Let's go. Let's go. Fantastic Mr. says, Kamala will say she got to POTUS with hard work when people who paid attention know she got there because of tokenism. She is truly a disaster. She really is. She really is. Valkyria Winter says, hi, all. Playing Star Wars, The Old Republic, the only Star Wars other than the trilogy. Trump 2024. Love your streams. But Jay is better, mate, and always skull. Hey, we love Drunk 3PO. Who doesn't love Drunk 3PO? You know? Fantastic Prince Knox says, if she becomes POTUS and Biden gets 25th, she will have an asterisk next to her name, so his history will know she didn't get in by vote, but by circumstances. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think she cares. Wagenstein says, imagine respecting the pronouns of a murderer. I know. This is insane, dude. What kind of fucked up world do we live in where people are respecting the pronouns of a murderer? It's unbelievable. Again, I saw this every day working retail back in the 90s, back in the day. Shoplifters come in there, we can fuck them up. Treat them like shit, treat them like the criminals that they were. And then it slowly started to evolve. And it got to the point where years and years and years and years, it was like, not only could we not stop shoplifters, not only could we not confront them, we weren't even allowed to say anything to anyone. Like, hey, if they're stealing, just let them go. It's like they get more rights by being criminals and being horrible people. It's insane. Drives me crazy. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, good thing the were couldn't aim. Mick Hawk says, I'm from Houston area and there are no U.S. flags, just trans and gay flags. Everywhere you go, it's like little California. That's scary. That is scary. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, Meta neuters Tucker's interview, yet they're okay with having PDF file material on their app. Easy to see where they really lean to. Yeah, Facebook is trash, bro. DM says, Jeremy, when I asked to be roasted, is that annoying? Mark Dice calls out Benny and Mini Rhinos. Love his takes. Michelle Malik got unpersoned for calling them out. Well, Mark Dice calls everybody out, which I'm 100%. Like, the thing about Mark Dice is he doesn't give a shit, which is great. So, and it's Michelle Malkin, isn't it? Not Malik? Because you got Michelle Malik. It's Michelle Malkin, right? Malkin? That's who we're talking about, right? It's you've got it, at least in the doc I've got, you've got M-A-L-I-K. It's Michelle Malkin, I think is what her name is. But yeah, I like Mark Dice. I don't, the thing is he tells you where he stands. He's consistent with where he stands, and he doesn't bend for anybody. And I respect the hell out of that. Brocatron says, my friend thinks Andor is the best Star Wars media ever. His girlfriend also said the KC chief's name is racist. She used conservative as an insult. That's a rough couple right there. What's up, Brocatron? Durag Vince says, what's this about Kamala servicing us all? I mean, that's how she got to the top. That's the only way. Coops Girl 07 says, Obama is not in charge. The people who pulled Obama strings are in charge. He's a puppet too. I could see that. I can see that thinking Obama's not the true alpha, considering he is married. He's probably married to the alpha. But I can see that. Mike MF JLag says, formerly Stone Chronicles, working to build my channel up. Life is too short and I need a career change. You, sir, are my hero to say the least. Well, thank you. Well, hey, man, I've always said, like, whatever it takes, man. If you're watching me, just remember, I was you years ago watching other people. I'll never forget, there was a YouTuber I watched. He was like a tech YouTuber. He was a tech YouTuber. I think he still makes videos. I used to watch him all the time. And I remember when he hit 20,000 subscribers. And I was thinking to myself, like, how do you hit 20,000 subscribers? How must it feel to have 20,000 people that have clicked subscribe to your channel? It must be the best feeling in the world. How does that even happen? How do you get 20,000 people to subscribe to your channel? And I remember thinking about how unbelievable that must felt for this YouTuber I was watching. And I still feel that way. I think 20,000 is a phenomenal number to reach, no matter who you are or what you're doing, especially if you're starting from nothing. I'll never forget how I felt when I hit 10,000 subscribers on Geeks and Gamers. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, if it's something you want to do, don't let anything hold you back. Don't let self-doubt, don't let insecurities, don't let any of that hold you back, because it doesn't matter who you are. There's people that are going to talk shit about you. There's people that are going to disagree with you. There's people going to hate you, but you'll find enough people that'll support you and love you and have your back that will offset all of the negativity. So keep grinding, keep grinding. For the Emperor says Ryan Kennel as press secretary. Wouldn't we all love that one? Lord Botha says, I remember Dr. King's famous speech. I have a dream that one day D-Day Cobra will have a stream where his audio works perfectly. Oh, man. Pterodactyl 199 says, Geeks and Gamers sucks, D-Day Cobra better. Hey, I can't tell you how many times people have said, man, I like Geeks and Gamers, but Jeremy sucks. So it's nice that somebody prefers me for once. But in all honesty, that's fine. Like, if no matter how you fall in this, like, if people like Geeks and Gamers more, if they like me more, if they don't like me and they like Geeks and Gamers, I'm fine with that. That represents everything I'm trying to build. So, but I do know that me being over here, it makes it a little easier when I'm doing everything with Geeks and Gamers, with like putting personalities over there. Like I said, probably going to start bringing some sponsorship stuff to Geeks and Gamers, and things like that, because we're building something over there. But me over here, this is just me, just, being me, talking shit and having fun and making memes. Lord Botha says, Knowles has always been a Trump guy, even at Daily Wire. Well, that's good to hear. Let's see. Jeremy's Eyebrow says, hey, Jeremy. Let's see. I am here to inform you that your application for the Small Meat Club has been rejected due to the size of your massive schmeat. Apologies. I was hoping you would keep that private, but at least you paid $5. At least you paid $5. Just that bro says, I love refrigerator. Eric, where'd it go? Dom H dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. And then Eric Guidewall dropped another 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. We got Lying Dogface Pony Soldier with the gifted membership. Look at that, man. How many gifted memberships do we have right now? By the way, Mario Kart's happening tonight. One of the most requested things of all of MegaCon was you guys telling me you wanted Mario Kart to come back. It's happening on Geeks and Gamers Play tonight. I will be rating that stream tonight. So just be on the lookout for that. Mario Kart happening tonight. Holy crap. People were screaming at me for that. I was like, wow. Rhino Helix says, everyone feels it. That's $10 on Rumble. Everyone feels it. The deep state, leftists, progressives, Marxists. Trump is coming. All hail the snake pit, the Bro League, and the 199. Hell yes. Trump is on his way back, and ain't nobody gonna stop him. K. Rote says, Jeremy, you fig. Don't ever retire the beard of shame. We must never forget the degeneracy of the Alpha Giga chat. Everybody, We can never forget Jack Murphy. We can never forget him. Gillis says, yo, CobraCast, hope all is well. Trump 2024, thank you. RX Firm says, bro, let's go, bro. Trump for president, bro. He's the bro all of us bros need, bro. Snake Pit is takeover, bro. Have a great stream, bro. Scanned in, bro. I think that's going to make some bros pop up in the chat. Golden Age Geek says, even though I live in England, I passionately support Trump because at the end of the day, America sets the example for the rest of the Western world. Perfectly said. Zeke the Wise says, later, Jeremy. I think Zeke, I saw, like, I think right when the stream was starting, Zeke the Wise, who's like, please don't be gay tonight, Jeremy. I was like, I'll try. Have a good night, Zeke. Star Wars Marvel Purist says, keep up the great work, Jeremy. 199 is taking over. We need to stay focused. Assume Trump down 20% at all times. Bring your bros and fam to the polls. Absolutely. That's a great perspective to have. Bedlam says, I now have the G.I. Joe core rule book. Have run a few games now. Happy now have the Sergeant Slaughter book, has stats for Sergeant and Triple T. Sergeant Slaughter and the Triple T. Holy crap, man. Holy crap. I remember that, man. Sergeant Slaughter and Triple T. I wanted the Sergeant Slaughter and the Triple T so bad. I never got it as a kid. Greg Kirby says, bro, the Super Bowl equals rigged bowl. Joe Biden snack commercial sucked. It did suck. It did suck. Let's see. Pythagoras says, I think the Dems realize they're going to lose to Trump, so they're going to burn it all to the ground, literally and figuratively, then continue to be awful. I agree with that. Lord Pterodax says, out of the two, which do you think would win? The Democrat vote Big Mike or Traitor Newsom? Out of the two, which do you think would win the Democratic vote? Big Mike or Traitor Newsom? I'll just say the way I look at it. I'm more worried about Newsom running than Big Mike. I'm more worried about Newsom running than Big Mike. I think Newsom would be a more dangerous candidate than Big Mike, personally. So we shall see. Biker Angelo says, hail Jeremy Osteen. Hope you're recovering on a comfy bed of super chats after that insane incident at the Lakewood Church. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Shout out to Joel Osteen for having good guys with guns there. Greg Kirby gifted a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you, Hayden Wayne, for 50. Says, I'm sorry Mario Kart Street got broken and stopped for a couple of months. Also, we need to figure out how to abolish the income tax withholding. If people have to write that check at the end of every year, the income tax will be abolished in a year or two. Yeah, I mean, obviously, taxes are just insanity, dude. Like, there's like this girl that did like a TikTok video where she's like breaking down like how like if like how taxes work and how it's just insanity, dude. It's so fucking retarded. It really is. Thank you, Hayden. Hope you're doing well. And Hayden, we should not that you. I'm just listening to you though. But the Streamlabs link is in the description now. I think it should be in the description of every video now, just because you yelled at me, and I appreciate you yelling at me. Stone Cold Spirit Cooler says, did someone say Stone Cold? Stone Cold. Greg Kirby with the gift their membership. Thank you. Delu becomes a new member after gifting those 5. Mr. Jimmy becomes a new member. Thank you. Blabs the Tower Tart says Patches. And Ram Raid here to steal your booty, ya figs. Hail the Bro 99, the Snake Bros, and the fellow broship. I like pickles and sports. Yay. Yes, I hear you on that, Hayden. It's painful. I don't know how to say this one. Ichigu says, I don't know what's worse, the fact that Biden has been declared retarded or the fact that none of his followers could tell. Scary, isn't it? Mr. Peckerwood, microphone the long way. Wolfman gifted a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you, John. Says Michelle Obama runs. Thoughts or someone else? They have super candidates. No one wants Biden. He is a liability, and they don't know what to do with him. I still think Gavin Newsom is the top pick. That's my top pick. Let's see, Covington or Strickland? You mean Colby Covington or Sean Strickland? I'll take Sean Strickland all day over Colby Covington. Sean Strickland all day over Colby Covington. Not like, and I'm not talking about in a fight, but like I just think Sean Strickland's a more genuine person. I think Sean Strickland's a more genuine person. Blackjack says, we are in Obama's 4th term. 2 elected, 1 shadow, and now a puppet master. Dom H with those 5 gifties. Thank you. A Serious Man says they're timing all of this so that by the time they've removed Biden on incompetence, it will be too late for a primary, or they'll get whomever they push. Yeah. Let's see. How old am I? I am 72 years old. I'm 72. Do I look it? Anima Chain says Trump Vivek is absolutely a winning ticket, and I think as a VP, he can even draw in some independent, undecided voters. I agree. Just a dude on a phone. Getting crap about using light mode from a fig who doesn't put milk on cereal is par for the course. That's pretty good. Justin says Dan Bongino for FBI director. That'd be pretty cool. American Idiocracy says, remember the good old days when we only had lipstick lesbians? Good times. Darth Gavel says, Trump 2024, make America again. Dean H says, glad Mario Kart is happening tonight, but 10:30 is too late. That's when I'm getting ready for bed. Should start at the old time at 9 Eastern. The problem is if I started it then, I wouldn't be there. So I was trying to start it where I could be there. Yeah, so I hear you on that, man. Mick Hawk says, the only reason why you're able to say that, okay, I'm trying to process this one. The only reason, you probably mean why you, the only reason why you are able to say that you're black from the waist down is because you tied a rubber band around it. I was trying to understand what you meant by that. Aunt Ryu says, I'm still shocked how many wrestlers listen to you. Booker T, Hulkster, and Resurrected Benoit. Chris Benoit's been listening since 199, actually, if you can believe that. Chris Benoit's been listening since 199. DM says, Chuck Schumer is BFF with Alex, the stirring Soros. Good old Soros. Good old Soros. And then on Rumble, let's see. Mod Eric says Kamala would truly prove the country belongs in the movie Idiocracy. It would be scary. Vault 95 says rating from Based as Fuck Monday. Bro would prefer a border wall 50 feet high and 10 yards thick with steel rebar so tight they need construction vibrators to get the concrete to flow through. This wall is V1. Lost Tale says, I don't know what you're doing, but it's awesome to be part of this community. For real. Lost Tales, you drunk? Why are you being so complimentary? Lost Tales says, newsflash, Jeremy had a dedicated simp in the Discord for a few hours before the snake pit broke him. Shout out Bison. Snake pit's pretty brutal. Let me ask you guys a question, and I genuinely want to know this question, okay? Let me see. Let me start a poll. All right? Let's see. All right. I'm just going to leave it yes or no. After I ask the question, I'll post it in the chat, okay? So we have a really active Discord, especially the Snake Pit. My question is, if we made geeksandgamers.com a little more accessible and a little more manageable on mobile and gave you guys a better experience over there, would you move all of that discussion on Discord over to our website? Now, we already have the forums and everything, but I know they don't work great. But if I put the money into it and rebuilt the website to make this unbelievable experience, would you guys move over there? Yes or no? So I'm just putting the poll in the chat. So would you guys move over to the website if I built a great experience over there? We wouldn't have to worry about, platform rules and all that other bullshit. You know what I mean? Just curious. Just curious. Dutchy says probably not. Dutchy got the super chat war. started the other night. So I ain't going to be mad at that, okay? But it's about building out something where we don't have to worry about the infrastructure of other platforms. You know what I mean? We don't have to worry about I want to build that out so that we can be responsible for what we're doing over there, and we don't have to worry about all the other bullshit rules and all of that from all these other platforms. It will take time. Soldier On says, sure, Tim. I didn't say I was going to charge you. It'd be free. It'd be free. Geeksandgamers.com is the website. Geeksandgamers.com. Yeah, it would still be a free platform. It ain't like I'd be charging people to go over there. Bill Dozer says, speaking of support, Camelot's campaign broke 100K. Let's get him to 110. So all costs can be covered for the books, cars, and the entrance fees to those races. Yeah, man, crushing it, man. Again, shout out to EVS and Camelot and Comicsgate for putting that together. That is fucking awesome. Shout out indeed. Kind of motivates me. Like, for the longest, I've always looked at everything that we've done, like all the money we've raised for like charity and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man, we could probably, if I've had people on my team come to me because they wanted to like utilize like stuff for like their own personal stuff. And I'm like, you can do your personal thing. I'm not going to use G&G to promote something like that yet, because there will be a time where we will promote something. We will do something big. But obviously anybody on the team that's built their following from G&G, they can utilize their own platform 100%. But yeah, man, it's pretty special seeing that. So shout out to those guys, man. Great job, everybody involved. Let's see. PJH says, no, if you start doing a good job, it will ruin the feel of the show. Well, that's true. That's true. Let's see. Lost Sale says, can we get good vibes emojis? Actually sounds cool. I think we could do that. Tweeted Tone says, I don't understand the cringe EVS haters of Jeremy. I've here since the High Council days. I like Jeremy and EVS. Don't care about the cringe drama. You know, it's weird because I can't tell you the amount of people that were like, great job, Jeremy. Great job shouting out EVS. I respect you so much. I'm like, I've always mentioned EVS when he's been brought up. And I heard people saying like, hey, thank you for saying his name. I'm like, I've always said his name. What the hell is this even about? And I guess there's like some narratives out there about me not saying his name or avoiding whatever because there's drama going on. And I'm like, if anybody watches me, like I've mentioned him a lot over the last few years. Every time there's a reason, I don't say like dance around it. So I don't know what maybe I'm oblivious to a lot because I know that there's a lot of drama and I've heard some of it, but I was thinking maybe I'm not as caught up on a lot of this as I am. How much have I been talked about? Because I've never said anything bad about Ethan. And I've never hated on Comicsgate. I've never said anything negative. So I'm like, holy fuck. I've got so many people. Jeremy, thank you so much for mentioning Comicsgate and Ethan. I'm like, I've mentioned Comicsgate and Ethan a lot. I've mentioned Comicsgate on Friday Night Tights. I've mentioned Comicsgate on Tuesday Night's Main Event. I've mentioned it on Daily. What the fuck are you talking about? I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, it was wild. So maybe I'm oblivious to a lot of the negativity that's been thrown my way, but at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I just thought it was funny, all the people complimenting me on doing what I've been doing for years. I was like, okay, thanks. JDE Corey says, Harris has served more men than McDonald's. She has her suitcase filled with knee pads. Johnny the Whiz Kid says, instead of watching Super Bowl, I streamed Tecmo Super Bowl. Have you played it? Have I played Tecmo Super Bowl? Bro, Tecmo Super Bowl is the greatest sports game ever made. Still the greatest. Tecmo Super Bowl. So that's the second one. Tecmo Super Bowl is the one where they had the NFL Players Association and the teams, and they kept up with season stats. Tecmo Super Bowl, greatest ever. Always. Now I haven't, apparently you can, there's a emulator online that you can update to like the current rosters and things like that. I have not done that yet, but I absolutely want to do that. Johnny the Whiz Kid says, oh, and then he says, I don't know if it was ever rigged, but I only picked KC because that boy was defamed by social media for face paint. Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest players of all time. So, I mean, he's an all-time great. The Buzz CJC says, oh, you gifted a subscription on Kick. Thank you. Shout out to our Kick audience, our Rumble audience. Our Rumble crowd has been amazing, and I really appreciate it. Our Rumble numbers have been phenomenal. So again, if you're just tuning in, I just wanted to give this shout out. So Rumble has been working, as you guys know, for years. I don't know how to do, like, maybe it's not I don't know how. I don't like reaching out to people. I don't like connecting with like brands and companies and all that shit. That's just never been my thing. But I've known, like, hey man, in order to build, like, if I'm just running a personal channel as me, my life, I have everything I've ever needed. And I love that what we have here at D-Day Cobra and Cobra 199. And if it was just me, I wouldn't want for anything. But I am building I'm attempting to build a big time business with Geeks and Gamers, and I'm trying to do some next level things that I think can be beneficial. And because of that, I don't profit as much. I don't get the return that you would think, which is fine, but that's because that money's being distributed in all these different areas because I have a bigger vision for what I want to do. But that said, I've never been good about reaching out and doing like the sponsorship things. And when sponsors reach out to me, I tend to just not want to talk to them because it's obvious they don't know who the fuck I am and they just see my numbers. They're like, oh, we checked out your YouTube channel and we think you'd be great. And I'm like, I don't care. Leave me alone. But Rumble, we've been working with Rumble, and they have sponsors that they work with that they want to connect us with. Now, that is a whole different ballgame because if you're working with Rumble, you probably aren't going to get too offended by me. So it's really cool, and we're just having some negotiations now and things like that, and we'll see what comes of that. But that will be that'll be a Geeks and Gamers thing. That won't have anything to do with D-Day Cobra. But looking forward to seeing what comes of that. What comes of that. Mod Eric says, Vivek, Secretary of State, let him learn for 2028. Haba for Attorney General. Raid Shadow Legends. I actually got, they actually reached out to me before. Raid Shadow Legends reached out to me a long time ago. I was just like, wow, they really reach out to everybody. Raid Shadow Legends. Mod Eric says, everyone forgets Kamala was picked because she dated Beau Biden and probably received Joe too, or serviced Joe too. Well, maybe Hunter. She is way older than Joe likes. Let's see. Yeah, Hailstorm says Raid Shadow Legends reached out to him too. Yeah, I got like Raid Shadow Legends emails me a lot. They're like, oh, we checked out your YouTube channel and we think you would be a great partner. And I'm like, you know nothing about my YouTube channel, clearly. Matt HDX says, great seeing y'all at MegaCon. Got my 221B backpack. I will vote Trump for a third time. However, how is the narrative going to go for voting in a large portion believe 2020 was stolen? What changed? How is the narrative going to go for voting if a large portion of 2020 believe it was stolen? What changed? Well, I mean, I do think that a lot of people believe that. But I think that the sheer motivation to see what they've done with Trump and how they've indicted him 4 times, they raided Mar-a-Lago, they've lied, they've done everything and they can. So I think that you're seeing the momentum for Trump across the board. So I feel like the people that believe that 2020, what happened, or let me say this. For the people that know what happened in 2020, I believe that they are still going to go out there and make their voices heard because at the end of the day, they believe in Donald Trump and they want to see America recover from the disaster that we are in. Lord Botha says, how excited are you for Hannah Gadsby's Gender Agenda Netflix comedy special? 6 genderqueer comedians get to take the stage. Whew. Jeez, that sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. Almost as bad as that Alice in Wonderland movie or whatever. Or no, so Wizard of Oz movie that we saw during the Super Bowl. Now that was terrible. Lost Sale says, I would move 100%, but group chats with threads like Discord clone, I would. I'll super chat more than $1 too. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking to a couple of developers about what we can do on the website. We have a lot of moving parts right now of things behind the scenes that I'm trying to work out with. And again, I want you guys to understand that that's the reason that there are so many opportunities that I'm willing to entertain right now with G&G is because we have D-Day Cobra, because we have this channel over here that I feel like I can still stay the same Jeremy that you guys always found, but then we have like, I'm building out G&G to be more of a team-oriented thing. You know what I mean? And decisions have to be made. That channel's kind of become stagnant in terms of growth because my attention's been all over the place. But now with the success of this channel and how much you support me over here, it still allows me to be me while also creating G&G for what I've always wanted it to be. You know what I mean? And I think both can coexist. Sophie says, would it be public? Sure. You want us out in public? It will be publicly available. Yes, it will be. Now, again, could we make some more, again, as we evolve it? Of course we can make some more things that would be a little more private discussion level threads and stuff like that. Maybe. We'll see. Mike MFJ Lag says Strickland is a conservative CM Punk. Strickland's great, man. Sean Strickland is awesome. I love that dude. I'm a huge fan. Nullface says just copy how Lotus Eaters does it, free but also tiers. That's true. PJ says, Jeremy just called me PJH, not PJ. Oh, no. How soon I am forgotten. Never mind. I'm over it. Well, it is PJH in your name. I know you told me a while back just call you PJ, and I did listen, and I did it for a while. I will say, so with this one, so I'm reading from a spreadsheet. Let me show you what this is. So, well, no, I don't want to because it'll show all the stuff right there. So I'm reading from a spreadsheet that that Hollywood Scholar Jed he's taking the super chats and transferring them to a spreadsheet. So I don't see like your icons. And a lot of times it's your icon or knowing what platform you're on. And sometimes it all kind of runs together when you're reading from the spreadsheet. So that's all. That's all. Ren Chronicle says, Sophie here, testing. Rumble, take my darn money. Rumble will take your darn money and give it to me. And that's the way I like it. Okay, so we are caught up, ladies and gentlemen. And we got Mario Kart in 20 minutes. 20 minutes Mario Kart. It's happening over on the Geeks and Gamers Play channel. We are officially 9 likes from 1,500, which is our goal for Sexy Back End. Are we going to make it? I think we're going to make it. All right. Vane says Jeremy is an elderly, forgetful man. Man, we still got 2,400 people here, plus 350 on Rumble, plus 25 on Kick. So that means we're pushing like 2,800 people. That's pretty damn good. J Ray says Jeremy has sponsors already. It's called the 199. Well, you can go get your 221B Tactical 199 backpack if you want. And again, a lot of you in the chat have already gotten your backpacks, and you have all. I haven't heard from anybody that's had a problem with it, but yeah, it seems like you guys are very happy with that. So that's what's motivated me, because so many people have like, hey, I got my backpack and this thing is awesome. This thing's worth the money, because I know it was a tough sell when you saw like a $99 backpack. Are you kidding me? But I was like, dude, this is a legitimate backpack. It's going to last you for a long time. And so, yeah, now that people are starting to get those backpacks in, a lot of people are like, man, can you make those available again? Yes, we can. Yes, we have. And the pinned post right there has the link, and you can go get your 199 backpack. We got them for sale for the next couple of weeks. And then we got hats that we're going to be working on. I was supposed to make those available today, but the backpack, getting that set up. Vic Whiplash, are you here? Vic Whiplash is probably mad at me. That's why I haven't heard from him. But this week I'm launching the hats. Just had to get a few deets worked out. So hats going to be launching this week, the 199 hats. Patches. You want patches, Night Saber? Okay, I'll see if I can get that done too. So I'm working on it. Yes, Herb, I'm working on it. I love how much you guys yell at me. All right, so with that said, it's Sexy Back In time, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're going to raid the Mario Kart stream. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bam! Look at that sexy back end. $671.87 in super chats. 66 new members. 66 new members, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. Good stuff indeed. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. We are having an insane time right now. As I showed you earlier, I did show you this, but like this is all because of you guys. We were number 1 in the USA on D-Day Cobra and on Geeks and Gamers in the same week. That's never happened. Geeks and Gamers has been number 1 a few times. I don't know if D-Day Cobra has ever... D-Day Cobra has been number 1 a couple times too, but never in the same week. Never in the same week. So the fact that we were number 1 in the same week is insane, okay? Insanity. And look who's here. Vic Whiplash in the house. Says 199 hats. They are happening this week. Here's the 199 hat. Let me show you really quick. Hang on. Here it is. Hang on. All right. This is the 199 hat right here. All right. Look at that. That's a sexy hat, okay? That's a sexy hat. That's a sexy hat. Look at that. Oh, that's so fucking sexy right there. So there we go. And it's a mesh back. I know some of you have asked for the fitted hats, but that is a good looking hat right there. Okay. That is a good looking hat. William G says, I still can't believe Jeremy was number 1 on YouTube. That is absolute lunacy. It is. It is. So the 199 hats will go on sale a little bit later this week on the same site that the bags are for sale right now. So we'll be making that happen. Let's see. Let's see. Joshua Johnson says, D-Day Cobra, my uncle lost his wife a few weeks ago, and I gave him one of your Trump revenge glasses, and he absolutely loved it. Thanks for making the bomb merch, brother. Hashtag 199. Well, that is awesome. I'm happy that we were able to put a smile on his face. I am sorry for your loss and for your family's loss. And man, it's really nothing but thoughts and prayers and good vibes in the chat for you and your family, brother. But thank you, Joshua. Good stuff indeed. Okay. With that said, we're going to, all right. I'm going to do Sabaton. All right. And then we're going to raid the Mario Kart stream. Okay. So this stream will end after Sabaton. You know, I'll pop back in and say goodbye to you guys, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to be raiding the Mario Kart stream on Geeks and Gamers Play. All right. And then I'll see you guys over there. Have a great night. I love you all, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
It's my time to rule at last. 15 years have
All right. My microphone levels just go crazy every time I come back on here. But hello, everyone. Okay, look, I got to show you this meme really quick. This is the news that Trump is going to be trolling Fannie Willis. Look at this really quick. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my microphone tonight, so I'll fix it. Okay? But that's pretty fantastic. All right. What the fuck? I'm ending it now. My microphone's all fucked. Love you all. Have a good night. I'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Rating Mario Kart now.